My journey to a new job. My name is Sarah, and I have had a very interesting journey in my professional life. Since I graduated from university, I have worked in different fields, but I have always had a passion for graphic design. It wasn't until last year that I decided to pursue this passion seriously and apply for jobs in the design industry. I remember the first time I went to an interview at a design agency. I was nervous because it was my first time applying for such a specialized job. The interview was quite intense, and they asked me many questions about my experience and skills. They wanted to know what I had done in the past and how I could contribute to the company. I explained that I had worked with various companies during my internships, and I had designed several websites. Though I was nervous, I managed to explain my skills and knowledge clearly. They seemed impressed, but they told me they would need to check my portfolio before making a decision. However, I felt confident because I had spent a lot of time working on my portfolio, and I knew it was good. The next day, I received an email asking me to come back for a second interview. I was excited because this was the opportunity one had been waiting for. Since I had already been in the field for several months, I felt much more prepared than during my first interview. When I arrived for the second interview, they asked me where I saw myself in 5 years. I told them that I hoped to work as a senior designer and eventually manage a team. They seemed to like my answer and asked me more questions about my experience, including how I handled challenges at work. The job required someone who was not only creative but also a good team player. They asked me to describe how I handled stressful situations. I told them about a time when I worked on a very tight deadline for a client. The project was challenging because the client changed their mind about the design halfway through the project. I had to stay calm and reorganize the project to meet the new requirements. Though the task was difficult, I managed to deliver the work on time. At the end of the interview, I was asked about my technical skills, especially my proficiency with design software. I explained that I had been using Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator for years and that I had learned many tips and tricks to work more efficiently. A few days later, I received the job offer. They offered me the position of junior designer at the company. I was thrilled. It felt like all the hard work and preparation had paid off. Since then, I have been learning so much about the field and gaining new skills every day. I feel lucky to be in a position where I can grow and continue to improve my abilities. Comprehension questions. Why did Sarah feel nervous during her first interview? What did Sarah do to prepare for her second interview? What questions did the interviewers ask Sarah about her experience? How did Sarah handle the stressful situation with the tight deadline? Why was Sarah excited when she received the job offer? What has Sarah been doing since she started her new job?